It is a big day for Apple. It's set to debut its next iPhone and its first new Apple TV in more than 2 years. CNET editor Dan Ackerman is here to talk about all of this. Dan, at this time last year, the hype was the bigger screen on the iPhone, the Apple Watch. Yeah. A lot of people, me included, are like, I'm over Apple, but are any surprises that you see today?
That could be why they're cramming a whole lot of things into today's event. Last year, it was the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. They finally got those bigger screens that everyone had been waiting for. You already have that. So this year, if they add kind of force touch screens and some other new features, that's okay. But they're like, you know what? If you already have a phone, maybe you're going to want a new Apple TV box that plugs into your television set. Or maybe you want a bigger iPad. Maybe we're going to have that too. It's kind of something for everybody.
We don't have, well, I don't have the wherewithal to think about what they could do to the Apple TV to make it any better, because it already does what it's supposed to. In your mind, what could they do today that would make it more
I think
attractive?
they're going to upscale it, make it a little bit more of a productivity device. They're going to add Siri voice support so you can talk to it and tell it what you want it to do.
You mean I can go to Netflix and
exactly,
and watch?
or call it the name of a TV show that you want to see. And they may add support for more apps, especially games, so you can use it almost as like a mini game console.
That would be cool, to be able to say, you know, I want to watch Return to the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. That
exactly, because they're running up against these like Chromecast sticks that are $35 or Rokus that are $99, and that's the low end of the market. They want to be at the higher end for $150 or $200. You got to offer more features for that.
Let's talk money. Is it worth it to upgrade to buy a new iPhone for those who just upgraded last year?
If you got it last year, I would say almost definitely not. You know, 2 or 3 years you have the same iPhone, well then this will be a cool one to have. They may add this force touch feature that registers different pressure on the screen as different responses.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
And that's kind of cool, and they have that on some of the laptops now.
Right. And what about the iPad? The sales have been going down for a while. I mean, is there something?
People buy tablets, and they use them for a long time. They don't wear out as easily, so they got to give them something new. One thing they might have is something that we're calling the iPad Pro, a bigger screen iPad, almost like a laptop, maybe aimed more at business users who want to kind of use them at work, like a regular work computer.
But aren't people going smaller? Isn't that the idea?
But if you have something that's as thin as an iPad and you add a little keyboard to it, it folds up, you take it with you, that's at least smaller than your 13-inch laptop.
Yeah, yeah. Anything that could surprise you?
You know, they're not going to have new Apple Watch hardware, probably, just an OS upgrade, but if they do have new hardware, that would be super cool.
Where's your Apple Watch?
I know, I just go with the regular old analog watch, man. I'm traditional, and you know what? I'd love to see 4K screens on some of the things like the 21-inch iMac.
Yeah, nice. All right, we'll be watching. We'll be watching, Dan. Thank you very much, Dan Ackerman. And we will have more on Apple's big event and the gadgets the company unveils later today on CBSN. The event kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern. As for us, we are back in 90 seconds.